Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. These Wednesdays sure do come around pretty fast, don't they? Let me trying to find myself on the iPad because I want to make sure that I can see you guys. My thing was a wee bit blurry. So I'm going to go back over. Okay, there I am. So today we have a fun fold card, and it stands like this, but it will fold and fit into a regular envelope. But first of all, I have some announcements. Remember, share my video. Please, please, please share my video. I need to get some more views. I need to get some things going on. But when you share my video, you'll be entered into a prize drawing. This week, I have a mystery package for the prize. So I'm not going to show you. When you share, you'll be entered and I will draw the name for that. And if you've been following my page, I have teamed up with two of my crafty friends, Patty Davidson and Heather Guerrero, and we have created a package for you. It's how do I call it? We're calling it a sweet surprise. So it's a sweet. We focus on a sweet, and we give you a sampling of all the consumable products for that sweet. And this month for our June, we're doing the Cheers and Sips or celebratory sips, I think, sweet. So you're gonna get a half a pack of the designer series paper. You're gonna get 2 sheets of each of the coordinating cardstock, which is 12 sheets. I think there's Strawberry Slush, Cloud Cover, Blackberry Bliss, Daffodil Delight, Fresh Freesia, and Pool Party. And you're going to get 2 sheets of basic white. You're going to get a package of the holographic resin dots. You're going to get a half a spool of the gold trim, and it's 5 yards, so you get 5 yards. And then we have each designed a card, and you're going to get the card kits. I've only put 2 together so far because I just started. I was creating another class earlier, my next class. So you'll get 3 card kits with all the supplies to make your cards. You will use some of these supplies, but for the most part, like for my card, you know, the things that aren't included in the bundle or with your package, you will get the stuff. So 3 cards. Let me make sure I got everything. The designer series paper, the ribbon, the resin dots, the cardstock, the basic white. And this is going to be $40. It does not include the bundle. If you add the bundle, I will pay the tax and shipping from Stampin' Up, and I will include it in your kit. I just want to make it clear that we do not send any stamped images. For my card, you're going to stamp some of these images. So again, the cardstock is included, but you will have to stamp it, color it, whatever is required in the tutorial. And you will get a PDF tutorial for that. So if you have any questions, the registration deadline, oh my gosh, I can't remember, the 15th or the 18th. I will put it in the comments after I'm done what the registration deadline is. And this, we'll be doing this each month with a new suite. All right, so again, as always, if you want today's PDF tutorial, all my stuff's messed up because I've had this one for a while. So just join my email list and you will get the PDF tutorial in your inbox on Friday. Okay, so we're going to be using the Pretty Florals bundle, the stamp set and dies, and we're gonna use the pretty Floral Blooms Designer Series paper. I'm gonna use this one. This is the one that I've already pulled out. You guys know I've been using this a lot, especially if you've been following my blog. I created all kinds of cards with this and I can't stop. And we're using the In Color Designer Series Pack 2. I've already pulled out. We're using Timid Tiger. And I think that's it. So you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. Like I said, I put this one together probably at least a month ago because I was trying to work ahead. And this, by the way, I was inspired from Karen Hallum, I think it's pronounced. So that's where I got the idea, and I seen it, and I was like, ugh, I gotta try and do that. All right, so we're gonna start out with a 8 by 5.5 piece of Secret C. So 5.5, and we're gonna go 8, which we should probably only cut off a 1/2 inch because this should be 8.5. Yep, so we're gonna go to 8 and cut off that 1/2 inch. Okay, so you guys might have to watch the replay on this a few times. So this is where I'm saying you have to bear with me so that I remember. Okay, so on the long side, which is the 8-inch side, we're gonna score it at 2 inches. Let's go 2 and 6. And I want you all to say hi and let me know where you're joining from. Don't be shy. I won't call you out. I'll just say hi to you. But let me know where you're from. Okay, so now on the short side. So remember, 8-inch side we scored at 2 and 6. So now on the short side, we're gonna cut between the score lines at 1 inch on both sides. So that means here is the score line. We're gonna line it up at 1 inch first. So we're gonna score at this, from this score line to this score line. So on your trimmer, you can line it up. See the lines? Can you see through? And line and go to the next score line. See? And then I'm just gonna turn it around, rotate it. We're gonna go back at 1 inch. Line it again. The trimmer has this line in it. You can line it up on your score line and cut. So there we go. Okay, so now we got those. Now back on the long side again, we're gonna score at 4 inches above and below the cut lines. Okay, so now we're gonna go 4 here. So above, let me make sure I got that above. And again, there's the line on the trimmer. And then I could either lift this up and line it up and score, or you could have turned it around and did at the 4 inch. So see, there's my score lines. Okay, I think that is it. Wait. Then we are going to score again on the long side at 3 and 5 in this center section. So let's line, 3, line it up at 3, and this is a center section. You could line your score line up with the, and go there. So 3, and then we're gonna move it over to 5, and then our lines down to the next one. Now we're done. So I hope that didn't seem too difficult, but watch, it's gonna come together. Well, I probably should keep my trimmer. Is everybody still with me? You guys following along? Don't be shy, say hi. So these are gonna, so we can fold these ones in, because remember I told you this folds in so you can fit it in your envelope. These ones are gonna fold up, and then these are gonna fold up as well. So you kind of don't need to burnish these ones. And then see, there is our card. So now we get the fun part of cutting all of the designer series paper. Okay, so you're all with me still, right? Okay, so the designer series paper for these two sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it this way, which it's going to be 5 3/8, so just before the half, because I want them to match. So I'm cutting the length first, and then now the width is going to be 1 7/8, so just before the 2. So 1 7/8 and 1 7/8, because these are our sides. So now they'll line up, even though they don't hit each other per se, they will, they'll match up. Okay, so now we're gonna do the intersections, and that's gonna be 7/8, so just before the 1. These are little, and then 7/8. And these are going to be shortened, but again, I want them to match. So let's cut this at 3 3/8, just before the half. And then 3 3/8, just before the half. So again, these two match. All right. I'm setting those like so. And then now we need, for our top and bottom section, we're going to use this. This is the in color, so Timid Tiger. And these are going to be 3 3/8. And I'm going to cut these all like so, 3 3/8. No, I think I'm looking at the wrong. I got the wrong one. This is only, my bad, 1 7/8. So cut here, 1 7/8. And then we're going to turn it and cut it at 7/8. And we need 4 of these, because our little sections on the top are, we have 2 on top, 2 on bottom. So we need 4. And these are all 7/8 by 1 7/8. Scratch the 3 3/8, whatever I had said. All right, so we need those. So 2 and 2. Now that I have the trimmer out, I'm going to cut that center section. We're using a Timid Tiger. Here's where my 3 3/8 come in. So 3 3/8. Do you guys need me to mention anything again? Do you need any measurements again? And this is 1 7/8. I mean, if you're like me, when I watch a video, I just play it over and over till I get what I need. Or stop and play, stop and play. Okay, so here's all our pieces. I make sure I'm in the camera for you guys. This one's gonna go here, these 2 here, and here. All right, so let's get the glue out. These are much easier to glue when it's flat. You know, it's finally hot here, but we've had some really crazy weather. Oh my gosh, crazy. But I'm telling you, it's hot because my glue has been like super runny, even though we're, I'm gonna move all this out of the way. Even though, you know, we have the AC running, it's still, it gets really hot in my craft room because I have 2 windows right here, and they, you know, the sun shines through all day. So now it's just all about gluing. But yesterday we were up in Ruidoso. Well, we came home from Ruidoso. My husband was in a golf tournament. And we were sitting there having a drink after the tournament. And all of a sudden, big old giant hail start coming down. And not really rain, just all of a sudden some hail came and then started and stopped. So it's a good thing we were coming home, because on the way home, that's where we got all the rain, a little bit of thunder, lightning, sun shining. We had so many different, really windy, dust was blowing all over. So we had all kinds of different elements of weather yesterday. Okay, so we're just gluing along here. This probably, I don't know, do you guys think this seems time consuming? Once you get it all cut, it's ready to go, but it's got that nice wow factor. Ooh, I want to move this. Ooh, there, moved. Just enough. It has that wow factor. I mean, who wouldn't love to get this card, right? Okay. Any questions on anything? I see y'all are joining me, but everybody's being shy. Don't be shy. All right. Okay, so again, there is our card. So now here comes the stamping. I'm going to close this up because, like I said, that has been so running. So where do I have my stamps? I have my stamps all here. Okay, so first we're going to stamp I stamp the insides first. So I'm going to stamp them twice with, I already did the wrong color, with Secret C. Let me clean off my stamp. Okay, so now we're going to stamp with Secret C. What I love about this is it has the matching die and everything. I'm cleaning that. So now we're going to use Lost Lagoon, but what we're going to do is we're going to stamp one. See, now it's got the matching die, the matching stamp for the fill-in. So I'm going to stamp this one full strength. It's going to be dark, and then I'm going to stamp off. I'm going to get a scratch paper. I'm one of those people with like OCD that I can't have my paper all dirty. I mean, once it gets dirty, I change it. I see people who like use it over and over. I cannot do that. So there's our light one, and then there's our dark one. Okay. And while we're at it, we'll stamp our sentiment, which says thank you. And maybe we'll be able to cut all of these. Well, I'll only be able to do one of those at a time. But we have some other stuff to die cut. So let's get those out of the way. Get our cut and emboss machine. And we're going to cut this. I'm using the Stylish Shapes banner. Okay, I'm trying not to stick my head in there, but I think I stamped that cricket. So I'm putting the die on cricket. And our flowers. Whoa. Isn't that cool when you have a die, stamps, everything that matches? That's what I love about Stampin' Up. Everything coordinates. Just like our sweet sampler that we're doing, everything coordinates. So you're getting all the stuff that coordinates with the sweet, and you don't have to buy like all the full products, packages, whatever. So you're getting all the goodies at a fraction of the cost. Because for each color cardstock, to buy a package of each colored cardstock. So I'm gonna put that one down. Let's move that. I need 2 stems of those and my cloud cover. So maybe I could squeeze that. We need 1 set of leaves with the cloud cover. We need 1 set of these stems. We're gonna need 2, but we can do 1 right now. And let's cut those. Do you guys remember my workshop Wednesday from a couple weeks ago where I made the containers that hold, or the things that hold the little barbecue sauces or the sauces? Well, I made some for my husband's birthday party we had this weekend, but I did a single one. So hopefully I'll remember to show you at the end, but go to my blog tomorrow and I'll have the instructions on how I made the single one. Because it was a little, the measurements were a little bit different because the bottle of barbecue sauce that I put in was a little bit taller. But I will have the information on that on my blog. And if you go to my blog, comment, all these analytics make a difference. So that's why I asked to please share my video. I feel like I'm not getting seen for some reason for as many followers that I have. So, okay, we got all our pieces. Let's assemble now. Let's got all these pieces. Pieces. But yeah, should I grab that thing I made now so I don't forget? I'm gonna grab my silicone sheet, my silicone mat, and we are going to glue all these. If I could pick, my nails are the shortest that they have ever been. I know you guys hear it all the time, but it makes it so hard to pick things up. We're just gonna add that one right there. My glue's runny, so these things are gonna be pretty gluey. That one. And this one. Uh-oh, I might be getting a tickle in my throat. And that one. So now we're gonna do the same over here with the lighter ones. And another reminder, it's been 5 years ago that I had my breast cancer surgery. It was during COVID. I wasn't even gonna go for my mammogram, but they actually called me because I didn't think they were doing it since, they weren't doing like voluntary stuff. So I'm reminding you all, go get your mammogram. If it's that time, go get it. It saved my life. Okay, so now here we go. Back to our card. And so I'm just gonna glue this. I just wanted to add some, more texture, color. So I'm just gonna add this to the back. I'm gonna, I glue on my finger and it brought it up. Yes, so please go get your mammograms. So I glued these on. I did not use dimensionals. And I'm not putting a lot of glue. A little glue goes a long way. And put this one like so. Try not to get glue on my fingers, even though I already have some. And then we're gonna do the same. Just, again, a little glue goes a long way. And we're gonna go like so. And it's okay that they hang over on these sides because when you open it, they'll pop up. Now this one is gonna go on dimensionals. I keep getting my things stuck because of the glue. All right. Are you guys getting hot weather in your area? Today I think was like 90. And then we're supposed to get even hotter for Father's Day. Each day I guess it's going to get hotter. So see how these, it's okay that they hang over the side. And then now we're not done. We're going to get our Timid Tiger ribbon. And what I did with this one is I like these new in color ribbons. Oops, got my tape stuck to me. They tie nice bows, but we're not going to tie this in a bow. We're going to tie it in a knot. And we're going to tie it in a knot because we're going to tie a bow. I'm going to get my little tweezers here. Oops, I should have took them out. Get my little tweezers there to hold it in place. And, oh, I got all kinds of hummingbirds right out the window right now. All right, and then we're gonna tie a bow and then add the bow to it, just to give it some more, like, I'm gonna move this, center it. Probably gonna have to cut these. But I just wanted to add that extra little fluff to it. So I'll tie a bow. Oops, this bow is small. So those barbecue sauce things, Walmart still had a ton of them. So last minute Father's Day gifts. All right, and then now we're gonna get it. I'm gonna put a couple of glue dots just to make sure it stays. We're just gonna stick it right on there. So see how you have these just little extras? And right like that. And now we're gonna add these. These are on the last, these are the faceted gems, and I believe they might be on the last chance. So they could very well be on sale. And what color did I can't even tell which ones I used. Oh, I think I used both. What I did is I put the lighter and then the darker. And then I went dark and light. And then light, dark. I did use both colors because they kind of reminded me of the flowers. And then light, and then dark. So be sure and check out the last chance sale. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to tell you guys is, no, I just made my 10-year anniversary with Stampin' Up. I have been with them for 10 years. So anybody placing a $50 order, I will send you a goodie bag. Let me grab one. And you're gonna get a stamp set, some designer series paper, at least 25 sheets, some will be more, and then a pack of embellishments. So the embellishments, everything varies, but if your order is more than 50, I will add extra goodies in there. So everyone, there is our card. Hi, Joan. So there's our card. Here's my original. It's been around the block. And then here, oh, there's one other thing that I added. And I think that's why I had this. Nope, that's not cut. I added a piece of white in the back. See my card? I even had to tape it because I tore it, moving it around so much. So let me see, what is the dimensions on that white? It should be the same as our the designer series pick, 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. So let me see if this is even 5 3/8. I'm going to come up a little bit short. I don't want to go grab. So I'm going to cut this, and it is going to be 1 7/8. So this is going to be shorter than the one that I originally did, but it's 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. But this one's going to be shorter because I don't want to grab some white cardstock and make you guys wait. But that'll just go glued there, here, so that you can make a message, write a message. And then, like I said, this folds up like this and you put it in the envelope. Or you could fold them out, depending on how you'd want to do it. But it does fold and fit into a regular envelope. All right, everyone. I'll get the right size and put it on there. I was going to put this one and I said, no, I'll do it right. There's our 2 cards. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You have a great evening. And if you have any questions about anything, please let me know. All right, everybody, you take care. Bye.